Okay, I'm not even gonna try to do a good video today. What we're doing is opening the Backfire. And I am trying to show what it's like to ride it, and we're also going to explore putting on the accessories, including the front lights and the back lights, and also the handle that lifts it on the thing. There were not instructions on how to do that, and I figured it out. It's actually really well put together for people to be able to do that, just there weren't instructions. So I took photos of the process, and we'll go through that. But I'm going to show you what's in the box as per usual, and we're going to look at that. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
I don't know what's in the box. You're going to find out, except you're not going to see it that well because it's blurry because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to use a camera.
It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
That's all I'm going to do for introduction. Okay, here it is. Ta-da! Show you all the angles of the box. That's the top side. There's that side. Bottom side. Ugh, it's not light. There's the other side. Open and ready to go. There she is. This is the 4x4 Standard Edition. It's $100 more for the extra accessories, so we should see those in here. Here we go, opening for the first time. Wow, that's really exciting. It looks good. On my first unboxing video, there was shipping had poked through the hole already. It looks like we're good here this time. So we've got a warning, very good to have. Guarantee, very good to have. I should probably fill that out. And here it is. It's motors on the front side with the ESC on the top. Motors on the back side. Right here, extra inner tubes it looks like. Box, go bye-bye. Hammer, surf the road. Ooh, lots of things. Okay, most importantly, stickers. Less importantly, the big beefy charger. Classic skate tool. The mud guards. Oh, these actually feel nice. And it looks like there are screws. Maybe those are just the backup truck screws. Here is the T emblem. Support information right here for United States, Canada, Australia, and Europe. Of course, we've got some USB-C here. Oh, and it's a three-way plug. So you can charge your two lights and your remotes all with one charging port. That's cool. Another USB-C cable. Here we have the pull handle and two plates. These are for mounting lights, maybe, hopefully. Mounting screws that go with the pull handle. Here's the lights. The 300 lumens lights. They seem to work. Oh, they've got on and off mode. I kind of like that, so I don't have to keep clicking and thinking. 4 belts with the 4x4 version. Looks like a couple of riser pads or bushings to separate the lights from the plate underneath. See? It goes like that. That's how it works. Oh, this is an extra charging port. Oh, yes. The tow ring. There is a towing package thing that costs about $100 with an extension and mounting stuff, but it comes with the ring that screws into the very rear motor protection metal thingy, so you can tow stuff. Oh, more mounting hardware. There's a bunch of extra screws. Interjecting to say that that hardware was for mounting the mud guards as well as other stuff that I forgot, but I will show that in pictures later. Allen keys. So 3 different sizes of Allen keys right here. I'm going to stick them there because they will get lost because it's me. And last but not least, the remote. Whoa, that's beefy. That feels nice. I understand why the replacement cost on this is so much now. Here's my Backfire G3 remote. This is like 1/3 the beefiness. It does not feel cheap, but it feels light. This feels like it's got some quality to it. Maybe the metal top. The wheel here increases in resistance as you push to the end. It fits in my hand. It's comfortable. It feels solid. And now for the part that we all came to see. Take the plastic off, pull her out. Never pull out. Cool, that's big. It's got beef. Oh, oh yes. If you are familiar with the Backfire G3, I have to say the deck feels very similar, maybe a little bit less stiff, a little bit more forgiving. Of course, I was on it for half a second. Here's my G3 from back in the day. Size comparison. Yeah. It's a little bit squishier than the G3, but it still feels solid. I opted to not go for the stiffener things just because I like the squish, and I'm fine with that on the street. I don't go that fast. But you can see here the size comparison. Anyway, get this old thing out of the way. Just kidding. I love the G3. I ride it all the time. We've got motors in the front, motors in the back, warning labels on the wheels, inflate to 36 PSI. Ugh, this appears to be the on button. Ooh, and it's coated, it's covered in plastic to keep moisture from getting in. Backfire skateboards. Board disconnected, board connected. Cool, it's now connected. Ooh, it's got that nice curve here ready to be bounced the other way. Ugh. We've got another warning here for protective gear, which is good. I've been wondering if these are lights here that turn on. Spoiler alert, they are lights and they're not very bright, but they do turn on and you can control it with the remote, and it's blue/whitish for the eco and the sport modes, and then it flashes red for the other mode, which is the turbo mode. It's almost useless, but at night it looks kind of cool. I think I have a clip of that. The other ESC is already connected, I guess, up here, so I don't have to do it, thank goodness. Both of the motor guards have the screw threads for attaching your tow hook. Whoa, that pickup is fast. It's on eco mode. Turbo mode. Oh, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Oh, and I am tearing up my carpet. Oops. Hey, this is cool.
Please enjoy this montage of the stock condition Backfire hammer Sledge. Meanwhile, I'll tell you that I actually assembled this video about 10 months ago and just never got around to finishing it or posting it, so I'm just gonna squirt it out now. There was more stuff to unbox and I didn't get good video of that and the audio cut out, so you know what? I got the handle, I got the toe thing, the small toe thing, I got cloud wheels. We'll see that in the future, maybe? I don't know. But there was a lot of information here and how to assemble stuff, so I wanted to finally just put the video out there, hopefully to benefit somebody who's looking into getting this board and putting some stuff on, because it was a little bit confusing. And like Taylor Swift, we've got some blank space.
There's the uplink to the battery, and then the ESC on top plugs into the wheels up here. Okay, now I'm going to do a montage of how to put on the parts, including... Hi, Chan, I see you over there in the back. Including... There's a fire in the forest nearby, and I'm listening in on the fire radio.
Yeah, because last time his house burned down.
During the last video I was trying to make with a different skateboard, my house burned down that night. So I'm going to do a montage of pictures... And those pictures are of the process of installing... What was I saying? It's cold.
I'm not sorry.
Of installing the lights, the rear lights, the tow handle. I think that's it. And that's definitely it. Okay, here's the front truck thing. You know where this is. Look at those two screws that are there. We're going to take them out. That's right, just go ahead and jam that included Allen wrench right in there and yank that sucker out. Once you've broken the bond, which I believe that there is thread lock on the screw, you can go ahead and take it out quickly, like this. Just put the other end in. It's got a little ball type Allen thing that lets you spin the thing a little bit faster, a little bit easier. So you can go ahead and take out the two screws that you see right there. There it is. Just take it on out and you can throw it away. Seriously. And look, there they are. Those are the two screws you want to remove. Included will be this set of hardware, which has replacement screws that replace the ones you just took out, which will now be too short, as well as some other nuts and bolts to help you. You'll see it later. Go ahead and grab these parts and put them together. This is how they're going to be assembled. You may choose to put the bolts on the opposite way that I've done it. You'll see which way I did it, but I think that the way that I did it here is going to end up being more aesthetic overall. If you choose to do it my way, there you go. That's what you're going to end up with. Don't forget those risers. Now, the correct Allen was not included for tightening down that bolt on top, but go ahead and get that and a wrench of some sort to hold the nut on the backside, and you're going to want to cinch those bad boys down. In retrospect, that might be the nut and Allen key that are from your skate tool, so check those to see if those are the right size. This close-up here is to show you that you can angle the lights up or down. Here's in the down position, there's in the up position, or opposite, because I think they're backwards. Whatever, you'll figure it out. Now here is the old screw that you do not want to use anymore because it's too short, and the new screw. The new screw is exactly the length longer as the width of the plate and riser pad thing that you are attaching to it. Okay, it's pretty straightforward of how to screw those things into the board. I did not have a picture of that, but here is the light in the facing downward mounted position. Here it is in the not downward facing position. Boom, and that's what she looks like when it's all done. I'm recording voiceovers with a mouth of licorice. I hope you appreciate this. It's professional. Ta-da! It is the completed front lights on the thing, and they look pretty swell, if I do say so myself. And here's another side shot of that. It looks pretty cool. Again, haha, I'm a fan. Hey, look, it's the shoes I was wearing in my second Backfire G3 video. Okay, now we're moving on to installing things on the rear truck. Notice here I have removed 2 of the rear bolts with the washer and nuts associated. And of course, that's the included skate tool with which you can use to remove said items. You can see here in this image that I indeed only removed 2 of those nuts and bolt pairs, and I took the tow handle, the rear lights, the riser pads, and the T emblem, and have put them all together here with one of the screws going through the board already, the other one kind of holding it together, but not yet going through. Then I'm getting all of the parts stacked together and put together without removing the rear truck, so I don't have even more things to put together all at one time, falling all over the place. So now I have attached the first nut to keep that part of the configuration together, and now I can remove the 2 rear nuts, but what that means is that the truck is never getting fully removed from the board at any one time. Also notice that I have now put on the longer screws that are included in the kit, and I don't know why I did not have a photo of that for you to see. 3 screws are removed, but I do have that one that is attached. So it's holding the trucks together, and you can go ahead and shimmy it into place and jam the other screws back into the board. There we go, 2 screws jammed in, or actually 3 of them jammed in. You can see that the bottom there is still hanging off. And that also gives you a little view of the layers. You can see that it first goes truck, pull handle, riser pad, mount for the rear lights, and then T emblem on top of that. Now you can see here that it is all put together, it's secured down, but notice that the left light is kind of close to the pull handle. That is kind of close. It's actually difficult to unscrew it because the pull handle's in the way. When you do tighten down these screws, make sure that you push rear light mounts inward towards the center of the board so that they do not overlap the pull handle, because I gotta redo this. Here's the right light, in which the pull handle is in a good spot compared to the light mount. This one has no problem getting screwed and unscrewed from the board. And here is a lovely view of the mounted everything on the rear truck, and another lovely view of the same thing. Look how clean it is before I got it all dirty from dirt on the ground. Moving on, here is how to put on the mud guards. I have taken off the wheel, and it's relatively easy to do. Just like any skateboard wheel, you pull off the outer nut. Now I need to talk about the washers a little bit later. Now you'll want to find these 12 cute little screws with the thread lock already on them. I think there were 15 in my kit, just in case I screwed something up. But there we are. I've been made aware that I made a pun, but that pun was not intended. Right there! Right there! That's the 3 holes for the 3 screws that you're going to use to attach the mud guards. Boom! There, you put the screws in the hole, you line up the freaking mud guards, and they all line up, and it's just a magical screwy situation. There we go. There it is attached. You can see the mud guard on there. There are 2 different ones for, the different wheels on the different sides. If you try to put the wrong one in the wrong place, it looks very wrong, so you won't screw it up. Now, when I first took this apart, I was confused because there was not a washer under the nut, between the nut and the wheel. It is in this. I took a photo of me
putting it in a different place because I thought, is this supposed to be here? But they didn't do it in the factory, and so I just put it back to the way that it was from the factory because I don't know. Maybe it is supposed to be that way. Okay, here's a washer on the inside right there of the axle. Again, that was not there per factory. I found 2 washers next to each other on the inside, and I thought, I think these are supposed to be on the outside, and I put it together this way, and then I thought about it again. All of the other wheels were installed that way, so I decided to put it back to like it was in the factory. So here we go. In this photo, you can see that there is no washer right there, and there will be no washer under the nut when I put the nut back on for the wheel. I guess if yours came this way, then just put it back the way it was. So here's the inside of the pulley. When you pull the wheel off, the pulley comes off with the wheel. But if you pull the pulley out of the wheel, this is what you see with the 2 washers on the inside between the axle. I put it on the wheel without the washers, and there is a gap between the stuff where the washers fill that gap. So I guess those washers fill the gap so you can tighten down the nut on the outside, and there's metal going all the way through so that you can fasten it down. And I'm talking too much. Basically, I think you can just leave the washers on the inside where they were originally installed. Just don't mess with it. I still feel like there should be a washer underneath the nut though, so I don't know. Okay, so here we go, just showing these pictures again. This is the end result with the rear and front mud guards installed with all of the lights.
Alright, this is the 10-month update. I rode it through water at one point, and like at night with mud, and so it's still a little bit, I didn't fully clean it off from there, but it like handled it like a champ. Here's something to worry about. Like I got leaves and stuff stuck in there, so the motor spun and it ground in there, and it, you know, wrecked the surface there. But it's aesthetic. It's not actually a functional problem. These lights and the front lights, I use this mobile thing to charge them. Oh, I just dropped them. This included thing is great because I just mobile here, plug those guys in there, and it's good to go. And then there's a third one to charge the remote at the same time. The mud guards have been perfect after attaching. They didn't come off. This hasn't loosened up. I did bend this one time. I think I bumped into something, and it bent the arm, mounting arm a little bit, but that was fine. But the screws on the inside haven't come off. The belts haven't. I've gone about 200 miles. The belts have not stretched out or changed at all. Everything's working great. So that's the update. This is what it looks like after some time has gone by, but basically zero maintenance whatsoever. So that's great.
There you go. There's 17 minutes of not riding the Backfire hammer sledge.